Welcome back to Terror and Urban Myths. Today we're headed to Costa Rica, a place full of nature and folklore.
Fascinating.
Yeah. We're going to be looking at the Witch of Sarandi. You familiar?
Oh, yes, a figure shrouded in reverence and fear.
Right. If you like this kind of stuff, make sure you subscribe. Hit that like button too.
So Costa Rican folklore is a mix of indigenous traditions and Spanish colonial influences.
Yeah. It really shows how connected they are to the land
Yeah.
and its mysteries.
Exactly. And the Witch of Sarandi is a powerful symbol in these tales.
Yeah, she goes by a few different names, right?
That's right. Vieja Zarate. Mama Zarate.
It's like there's respect there, almost a family connection, but also fear.
You hit the nail on the head. She's not just some shadowy figure, you know?
Right.
She's complex. She embodies that good and bad, like nature itself. She's a healer.
Oh, wow.
Using plants and herbs, she provides food, even gold.
But if you disrespect her, or anyone she protects,
You'll face her wrath.
chilling.
A chilling curse. There's a story of a Spanish conquistador who rejected her love.
Oh no, what happened?
His arrogance and disrespect for her power transformed him into a peacock,
A peacock?
forever a symbol of his vanity. And his downfall.
It's like a reminder. You can't underestimate people, especially those connected to nature.
It's a classic theme, really. Respecting the balance of the natural world, the unseen forces out there.
Makes you think about all those cautionary tales in Costa Rican folklore, teaching respect to the unseen world. Are there any other legends like that?
Absolutely. Filled with them. Warnings. Reminders of the power beyond our understanding. Take the Carreta Sinbues. That translates to ox carts without oxen.
Okay, I'm already creeped out.
Imagine walking down a dark road and hearing an ox cart coming towards you, but there are no oxen pulling it.
Oh my God. It sounds terrifying, like something out of a nightmare. What does it all mean, though? Is it just a haunting, or is there more to it?
It's usually seen as a bad omen. Someone in the community has strayed from the right path. Maybe they're being warned. Some say a witch drives it. Others say it's the devil himself. It plays on that fear of the unknown. What happens when you defy traditions, social norms?
It's like supernatural police, keeping everyone in check. It's interesting how these legends were used to keep order, especially in societies where these beliefs were so strong.
Right. It shows the power of stories to shape behavior, reinforce those values. And even though we might not believe in ghost ox carts today, that fear of the unknown, knowing your actions have consequences, it still resonates with us, doesn't it?
Definitely. Makes you wonder, what other figures, what other tales are hidden in Costa Rican folklore, shaping the people's beliefs, their actions?
Well, there was one. That takes this connection with nature to another level.
Oh, really?
It's the Dueño del Monte, owner of the mountain. This figure embodies the wild, the raw power of nature.
I am so intrigued. Tell me more.
He's this giant, a cyclops, who rules over the forests and all the creatures in them. He protects the mountains, a force to be reckoned with, especially for those who disrespect his domain.
Wow, he sounds like a powerful guardian. What kind of powers does he have?
They say he commands animals, can transform them into protectors. He can summon storms, control the elements, make anyone who enters his realm with bad intentions tremble with fear.
Wow, like a mythical park ranger with supernatural ability.
You got it. He embodies that untamed power of nature. Beautiful and terrifying.
So we've got the Witch of Sarandi, showing us nature's duality. We've got the ghost ox carts, warning those who stray. And then there's the Dueño del Monte, the fierce guardian of the mountains. I can't wait to hear what other legends await us in the depths of Costa Rican folklore. But we'll have to save that for later.
Indeed.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, hit that like button. If you're enjoying this journey into the world of terror and urban myths, we've been talking about all these fascinating figures in Costa Rican folklore, each one more intriguing than the last. It's amazing how connected these legends are to nature and the consequences of our actions.
You've hit on something crucial there about Costa Rican folklore, and really folklore in many cultures. These stories aren't just for entertainment. They reflect societal values, anxieties, ways of dealing with the mysteries around them.
It makes you wonder why these themes keep coming up. Respect for nature, fear of the unknown. Is there a historical or cultural reason for that in Costa Rica?
That's a great question. And yes, Costa Rica's history and culture definitely play a role. It has a unique history shaped by indigenous traditions, Spanish colonialism, and the power of nature itself.
So how do those historical influences show up in the legends we've been discussing?
Let's go back to the Witch of Sarandi. She's a perfect blend of indigenous spirituality and the worries that came with Spanish colonialism. Remember how she's a powerful healer using plants and herbs?
Yeah.
That connects directly to the beliefs of the indigenous people. Before Columbus, they had a deep reverence for nature's ability to heal.
It's like she represents the spirit of the land, a protector of the old ways. But then there's that story of the conquistador. He represents the arrival of the Spanish and his transformation into a peacock because he rejected her.
Yeah.
That adds a whole other layer of meaning.
Exactly. The conquistador is so full of himself and his sense of superiority. He fails to see the Witch of Sarandi's power. A power rooted in the very land he wants to conquer. His transformation is a warning, a cautionary tale about what happens when you disrespect the natural world and the indigenous knowledge it holds.
Wow, it's a powerful message, especially in the context of colonialism. Don't underestimate those who are different from you, those with a connection to something older and deeper than conquest.
You got it. And that theme of caution and respect for nature, it carries over to other legends like the Dueño del Monte, the owner of the mountain, remember?
Yeah.
He embodies the untamed wilderness, the raw power of nature that can both give life and destroy.
His legend really drives home the point that we as humans are not separate from nature. We depend on it, but we also have to respect its power and be careful within its domain.
A message that's more relevant than ever as we deal with the impact we've had on the environment. Maybe these ancient stories can teach us how to have a better relationship with nature.
It's not just about the environment, is it? These legends also speak to our need for connection, community, a sense of belonging to something bigger than ourselves.
Absolutely. Think about the legend of the Carreta Sin Buoys, the ox carts. Without oxen, it's not just a spooky story, it's a warning to those who disrupt the social order, those who stray from the accepted path.
Yeah, it shows how important social cohesion is. It reminds people what happens when you break the norms and traditions that hold a community together. It's amazing how fear, especially fear of the unknown, was used to shape behavior.
Right. And even though the specific things we fear may have changed, that underlying feeling hasn't gone away, we still worry about fitting in, following the rules, and the consequences of going against social expectations.
For sure. It shows how these legends, even though they come from a specific time and place, touch on universal human anxieties and experiences.
Exactly. They delve into the human experience, our need to belong, our fear of the unknown, our constant search for meaning in a world that can feel so chaotic and unpredictable. And that's why they're so enduring and relatable even centuries later.
Yeah, it's a reminder that even though we're different, we all share certain fears and desires, anxieties and hopes. We're connected by this shared human experience, trying to figure out where we fit in.
These stories pass down through generations. They're like echoes of the past. They give us a glimpse into the fears, beliefs, and values of those who came before us. And in those echoes, we might find reflections of our own anxieties and hopes. It's pretty humbling.
I'm amazed by how much wisdom and cultural insight is packed into these seemingly simple tales. Makes you want to dig deeper, uncover more of these hidden treasures of human experience buried in folklore.
And that desire to explore, to understand, to connect with those who came before us through stories, that's what makes studying folklore so fascinating.
It's like we're putting together a puzzle of human experience, finding connections across time and cultures. But enough reflecting. For now, let's move on to another chilling legend from the heart of Costa Rica. Remember to subscribe to our channel and like this episode if you're enjoying our journey into the world of terror and urban myths. We're back with terror and urban myths, and man, we've been on a trip through Costa Rican legends.
Really captivating stuff, from the Witch of Sarandi and her two sides to those ghostly ox carts warning people to stay in line.
Right, and let's not forget the Dueño del Monte keeping watch over those mountains. It's amazing what these stories tell us about what a culture values and what scares them.
Yeah, it's like each legend is a piece of the puzzle, showing Costa Rica's relationship with nature, with unseen forces, and the importance of community and sticking to traditions.
But even with all these different characters and stories, there's a common thread running through them.
Definitely, even with their unique traits and plots, these legends all emphasize respect for the natural world. And they highlight the consequences of messing up the social order, Acknowledging powers we can't understand. It's almost like a cultural compass pointing people towards living in harmony with their world.
It's fascinating how these stories, many of them passed down orally for generations, hold such profound wisdom and cultural values.
Absolutely.
It makes you appreciate the power of storytelling, as a way to pass on knowledge and shape beliefs.
It's like a window into the soul of Costa Rican culture, showing its hopes, fears, and beliefs. But what's really amazing is how these themes connect with everyone, no matter where they come from.
Exactly. Even though these stories started in a specific time and place, they tap into something universal about being human. Our relationship with nature, our need to belong, our search for meaning, and our fascination with the unknown, these things tie us all together.
It's a reminder that even with all our differences, we're connected by these fundamental things about being human. We all feel fear and wonder.
Right.
And we all want to understand where we fit in this big, crazy world.
Thinking about these common threads reminds me of two other figures from Costa Rican folklore we haven't mentioned yet. The Monja del Vaso, the nun with the glass, and the Chingo, the black lad.
Oh, yes. Both fascinating figures, each showing a different side of Costa Rican belief and anxiety. The Monja del Vaso haunting that hospital San Juan de Dios, trying to make up for what she did, denying a dying man a glass of water.
This is a sad story.
A tale of guilt and redemption showing that our actions have consequences, even after we're gone.
And then there's the Chingo, this scary black bull that they say appears on Good Friday, punishing those who don't respect the holy day.
A stark reminder of the power of belief and what happens when you go against religious traditions.
Both figures, even though they appear differently, emphasize doing the right thing and how our choices stick with us in this life and maybe the next.
It's like these legends are cautionary tales making you think and look inward and guiding people to live in harmony with nature, with their community and their beliefs.
It's interesting how even though these stories are often dark and scary, they also give a sense of hope. They suggest that even when we're afraid and unsure, we can still find redemption, connection, meaning in the world around us.
It's a reminder that even in the darkest stories, there's always some light, a reason to keep looking for answers and to try to understand ourselves and the forces that shape our lives.
You said it perfectly. It's like holding a mirror up to our collective soul, exploring the dark and the light within us and in the world.
And as we wrap up our dive into Costa Rican terror and urban myths, I'd like to leave our listeners with a question. What legends or myths from your own culture still resonate with you today? What do they tell you about your own beliefs and values?
We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. Share your favorite legends in the comments below. We always love to hear from you.
And of course, if you enjoyed our journey into Costa Rican folklore, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this episode a like.
Thank you for joining us on Terror and Urban Myths. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep embracing the power of stories.